Hey y'all, hey.
Hello, hello.
It's Lady D.
And Lady Tee.
And we are the Soul Sisters.
Soul sister, soul sister. Oh yeah, we probably better not sing that. But what's going down?
Alright, you don't want no copyrights. We just came on here. Today is Thursday, April the 10th, 2025. It is.
That's not the 10th.
Look and see. My grandson's birthday is the 8th.
Today's the 10th.
Today is the 10th.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Thursday. And we just came on here just to see, what everybody was doing. What's the plans for this weekend? It's work for me, like always. Oh, I am gonna have a garage sale though.
Oh, okay. You actually have a garage too, so that's good that you're actually having a garage sale. Do you have to get like a permit or anything to have the garage sale?
No, I think if you have multiple, like over and over.
Like days?
No, like if you're gonna.
Like that's gonna be your job?
Right. Because it's sad what Uncle Sam do to people, It's like, damn, you can't even resell your stuff. He ain't my uncle either. And maybe he is. He an uncle I don't like. Anyhow. We just came by just to see what was happening.
Yeah.
What was going on.
We're trying to get better at recording, so we wanted to get on here and just kind of share one of our random conversations. So at some point we'll just start randomly talking to each other and we'll forget you guys are there, but
all right.
Just wanted to kind of share some of our chit chat. Okay, so back to this, not my uncle. Yeah, so Meals on Wheels is not taking any more people.
Oh, that sucks.
It does. Because a lot of people, well, I want to say a lot of people suffer in the summertime, but I guess it don't matter when they suffer. Because in the summertime, people usually come out a little bit more. People barbecue a little bit more. Stays light up a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in the winter, you elderly people are a little more isolated, but it just makes me concerned, because I want to be elderly. I mean, not today, but at some point,
right.
I want to be elderly.
Right, and you want to know that there's some resources out there.
As there should be, as I'm continually seeing Social Security deducted from my paycheck.
Absolutely.
That I work for, so I'm certainly hoping I'm not paying for someone else's Social Security.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we need to all band together and do something, because one person, two people, three people, four, you won't get it. We'll have to beat these people at numbers and at their own game.
It has to be the money. It's the money game. It goes right back to when we were talking about those eggs. It is the money game. That's all they understand. They don't understand anything else except for the money. Target understands the money, but unfortunately, Target seems to be the only one suffering.
Right.
And
there needs to be more, because Target is the small people.
Mm-hmm.
They're big but small.
But I guess that's your flex, to be like, we can do it. And I get it. Progress. I mean, like, it's the bullying stuff for me with this whole.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this farce of a presidency. It's a bullying thing for me. It's. You guys are getting rich on TikTok? I'm going to take it away. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, because who are you playing with? We ain't no yo-yo.
Right.
So, and it's all to get a reaction. Like, it's literally all to get a reaction.
Right.
The majority of the people who got wealthy on TikTok were brown people.
Right.
And they're like, you can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
You still can't control it.
And plus, they want some of it.
Yeah, but they never shut down Facebook. No, they didn't shut down Twitter. And
it's people getting paid off of,
Yeah. But it was because TikTok grew up so fast and they could not control it. Again, that's the only reason why they legalized marijuana. I feel like we had this conversation last time. Was because they could tax it.
Yeah, and that really irritates me. I don't like the fact that they were able to do that, because when you think about it, and when you're a little bit woke with your bifocals or your binoculars, and it's like, oh shit, y'all planned all this shit. You gonna lock up all our men. You know what I'm saying? And for this very thing, capitalize off of that from the prisons and the marijuana and the cocaine. But again, we're talking about the marijuana. And then knowing that 15, 20 years later, you were going to make it legal. So now you can capitalize off of it some more.
Here's the crazy part about it being legal. They took the seeds away.
Right.
So you can't repopulate. The only way to repopulate is to buy, you got to go to them and buy their seeds.
And we know they shit ain't real. It's not right.
Right.
So
I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but anywho.
No, I don't like that. And then, I hear people say, well, it's good. They letting the people out, that had charges for marijuana, but they've already been incarcerated.
Where they going?
They don't get that shit back.
Because where they going? Life that they know it is over. People done died. Things done changed.
Right.
Like, where are they going? The life that they know is in prison. Like, you changed their whole outlook on life. That whatever the trauma is, like, come on now.
Yeah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all.
That's not okay.
We're at Lady Tee's this evening, and her little pee-pee is pee-peeing, okay? So please forgive her.
PP is my dog.
Yeah.
She's a PP.
So I came over to Tiffany's this evening.
Yes, you did.
And I did. And brought some chicken and, a few little vittles, and we ate, and I bought her this bougie beer. And
oh, you want to have some?
No, I've already had some. You should try it. I like to know what you think. Like, and you have to really get a little thing to take that off. You can't do that with your hand. Okay. So you know about the bougie beer?
I better be careful. Trying to drink some bougie beer on the SHOT.
Yeah, she might not be able to drink the beer.
Where's the thing you use? What's the thing called? Oh, yeah, this one. Got it. Where else we talking about? Boozy beer and yeah. Okay, here we go. So the beer is called Guinness Draft Stout. It is says established in 1759. It's in a black bottle. I'm going to assume that it's a dark beer. Looks pretty dark. Here we go. Okay.
Maybe you should have got a cup.
Well, try it again.
She has her pinky up in the air.
Okay. So
after a couple of drinks, it gets a little better.
It should. It
has 4-something.
4.2% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Refrigerate for.
That's how you know when you're getting older.
Let's say smoothness. That says smoothness.
That you need your glasses. And
listen, these odds is about to. They like, what does it say? What does it say? So on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, let's try it again. Okay, listen, it's very wheaty. Somebody tell me what stout mean. What does stout mean? I'm gonna look it up. Okay, come on, try it again. True. The longer you drink it, the better it tastes. So it is an acquired taste. Is this something I would purchase?
I think Mr. T, if he would drink, he would like that.
Love it. Oh, this is right up his alley because he's. You calling me and him bougie?
Yeah, I'm a little bougie, but not.
You're not.
Because, like I said, I've drank too.
Oh, that's how you know it get better with time.
Mm-hmm. And I know that I'm a little bougie.
Smidge. It kind of has a hint of grapefruit aftertaste to it. No. Well, shout out to you, Lady D. Lady D brought me dinner. It was great. It's my favorite thing that she cooked. Chicken and rice. Rice with butter and sugar. Green beans and potatoes.
Not salt and pepper and gravy. We are not going to have that conversation. I feel that way about the way people feel like sugar should go on grits, and it should not.
Really?
Salt and
sugar
pepper.
and butter on my grits?
Then eat some oatmeal or cream of wheat or...
Now, I can also eat salt and pepper on my grits. On my rice, I can eat butter or sugar, or I can also eat salt and pepper. So it depends on what I'm eating. If I'm eating fried chicken and I have rice, it's going to always be butter and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, if I'm having rice by itself, or like rice with a piece of smoked salmon or something, or just some baked salmon, then I would do salt and pepper because I would mix my salmon up in it or something like that with a little bit of teriyaki sauce. But yeah, my grits I can do either way. So if I'm having grits and I'm having say I'm having an over medium egg, right? And I want to mix then it's salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm having scrambled eggs, then I can do butter and sugar.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
I just don't think that...
I'm taking another sip of the beer, guys. I'm hoping that, I guess it gets better with time. I like me, like us. This beer must be a Virgo.
Probably so. Bougie.
Bougie and better with time.
Yeah.
Can you believe we're going to be 52?
Not really. I don't know if I even want to be 52.
What does that mean?
Baby,
what's the alternative?
51 is like Ella Payne. So, maybe because I need a Curtis. Oh, shit. I don't know now.
I see. I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up
Listen,
down.
y'all. Especially if this come across your phone, your timeline, and you're in Kansas City, near Kansas City. I keep telling Lady T that her and her husband, especially her and her husband, I think that they would be a great couple to put on a speed date night with their friends, their single friends, and if they don't have any single friends, their friends got some single friends. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that would be a great thing because I don't go a lot of places, so I'm not gonna meet. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna meet because words are powerful, and we're gonna talk about that in the next couple of days. Okay, because but it's going to take a little longer because, again, I had to have some healing to do because, I was married to the pastor guy. And, and we ended up divorced and he had a baby and we ended up divorced then. And, it's a long story, but, again, it's a story that Yeah, the pastor guy. Yeah, but
PG. That's what that is. PG. If you got to figure out going forward, that's all they're gonna be known as is PG. So
PG.
listen, if you don't know PG, I don't know what to tell you because we don't got time. We don't got time for shenanigans.
So again, that's another day for another story, and I don't mind talking about that story one day. Anyway, but yeah, I think Lady T and Mr. T would be.
Oh, listen,
because we have a few other married friends. I think I'm the only one that isn't married. Yeah, so
that's crazy business.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We were all married at one point, and now Buddy Love is still, and Slip and Slide is still, but Lady D is not. And I'm okay with it. I have found peace within, and I know myself, because I had lost myself. And the only way to be found is to be lost. And I was lost, but I am now found. Okay, and that's a whole nother.
I don't want to be lost and found.
I'm telling you, don't. I mean, and it's okay as long as you're found. You just don't want to be damn lost.
And found.
Okay,
oh,
so.
But I done been lost before, so I get it. I keep thinking to myself and trying to, and not really trying, I don't want to say trying to, but that's what I'm going to use right now. Just trying to figure out, sometimes, like some chaos in my life. Like, you're like, oh, should my life really be this peaceful? Like, should I really be this chill with everything that's going on? I guess I'm not so chill, but I feel like I'm pretty chill. But I'm old.
I don't know if I really look for or think of the chaos. I do some days be bored or lonely. And the good thing is I'm more bored than I am lonely, And to me, it's a difference. And because I'd rather be bored than lonely. Because to me, not being lonely just says that, again, I'm doing something for me.
You're okay with yourself.
Yeah, that I've worked on me and I'm still working on me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm okay with being by myself. So I'm usually not lonely, but I am definitely bored. And a lot of the fellas in Kansas City, and again, if you're in Kansas City, don't be offended because I said a lot of, I don't know all y'all, but I can't even go on a date in Kansas City because a lot of the people I run into, they want to date you at their house, and I have no need to be at anybody's house.
That's for what?
And that's not a date. So
what am I?
that's a grab that, fellas. Taking a chick to your house, a lady to your house to have dinner and whatever when you're trying to get to know somebody and do all that, that's not attractive. That's not sexy. And I understand, and I feel some way about a lot of the women of today, and to each his own. But I don't believe that a man should carry the whole world on his damn shoulders. I don't. Ain't no way that I'm going to be happy and he going to have no peace. And I come to be some peace. You hear me? I ain't come to be no drama, no daughter. I came to be a whole, hey, no. I just don't.
A woman.
Right, I just don't believe in that. So when I say date, I ain't saying that the man gotta, I wouldn't want to be dating 2 or 3 chicks. You know what I'm saying? And everybody want to go to a restaurant and I got to keep paying and y'all ain't the one. Right. So I get that. And from some of the shenanigans that y'all do with the carrying on of the, if you go to Applebee's, that ain't a date. Acting like, that you would take yourself to these restaurants that you asking these men to take you to, y'all really getting on my damn nerves. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Not the bottom of it.
I ain't kidding. All I hear when that kind of stuff go on is Kendrick Lamar, cause I'm not like them. I'm not kidding. I mean, I get these trends and these fairy tales of this bullshit, but I live in real life. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I don't.
And if I was a man, girl, I understand you want me to build a shelf and a cabinet and all that, but girl, I'm not getting ready to be building stuff, going to work, you sitting and doing whatever. And I ain't talking about the humble women, you know, the ones that love being stay-at-home wives and all that, because staying at home and being a stay-at-home wife and mother and all that, that's a job. So I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that sing in that Cardi B song. You know what I'm saying? She don't cook, she don't clean, and all that. And she lying.
Name.
And she lying.
Well, she don't. She had that bread.
I done seen her on the video cooking and cleaning. And Offset said, y'all see what she doing? Saying, y'all better stop listening to that mess.
You need a napkin or something.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, I don't know how we got there, but we got there.
Random tandem.
And like I said, to each his own. But I ain't that kind of woman. I ain't gonna take care of you, but I ain't gonna expect you to take care of me either.
I think fair exchange, you know, back in the day, that's what we would say. Fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. So I feel like, hell, if we should be able to take care of each other.
Right.
Whatever is needed. I'm not looking for you to take care of me. I'm ready to look for you to support me. I mean, if it's something I can't do, come on in, kick in. We apart.
Right. Hype me up.
Yeah, that's
Hype me up. That's all. I ain't, and I'm here to do the same. If you in a relationship, the purpose of that relationship should be to make each other better. If I can bring out the best in you, that's what it should be.
And if I can't, I should move on.
Right.
That's what we doing here.
I refuse to ever be in some toxic shit again. Ever.
Because I don't know, at the time, did you know it was toxic?
No, because I was toxic.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Sometimes people don't recognize when they the toxic ones. You know what I'm saying? Or they toxic with somebody else. And like you said, it goes back to your environment.
Yeah.
Sometimes people can pull things out of you that you thought you.
That's what I'm saying. These people that I was toxic with, that's what they pulled out of me. And ain't no way I should have stayed there. Again, it ain't that we get into this stuff. If we stay too long, I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just stay too long.
Right. When you know, even if in 5 months from now we're going to break up.
Because you know I ain't working.
Because you know, I know what I'm going to stand for. I know that. I don't know about nobody else.
And sometimes we expect people to be something that they're not. You know?
Yeah.
They already showed you they ain't, they can't, they won't.
Yeah, that's one thing I will never do again. You will not show me who you are. And I say, no, he has potential. No, sir. Potential don't mean shit. Just like, it's like, again, what love got to do with it? Like, fellas, if your woman is aggressive and she in her masculine energy, you better go back and think back of when you first met her. Because if you ain't attracted to masculine energy, you wouldn't have never been in that relationship. So you need to go back and look and see where it became masculine at. Because it didn't happen overnight, sir.
What happened? What was
something was repeated. Something was needed.
You dropped her.
And you dropped her. And she understood she was dropped. So, again, if she got to pick herself up, then what's the need of you?
And that makes it sad. Because, I mean, I don't know. I was dropped a lot in my life. you know, when I say drop, disappointed or whatever by people who I expected to.
Yeah, when we say drop, we mean disappointed, saddened,
Yeah.
whatever your, disappointment is. The ball was dropped.
Yeah, so that makes me sad, but nobody should get accustomed to being dropped.
Right.
You know, like
that's where it's the problem, and that's where you need to check you.
That's when it becomes a self-esteem issue. Robbie, have you looked at the time? I know we have already 30 minutes, girl.
Mm-mm.
You know? Okay. You want some cucumbers?
No.
Okay. So here's your fork, anyway. And a napkin. In case at any point you change your mind. You want some pickles?
No.
So, yeah.
So, we just came on here tonight just to have a little, what do you call it, Lady T? A tangent.
Okay.
About nothing. So, just let you a little bit get a little bit more familiar with us, and we want to get a little bit more familiar with you guys. You know what I'm saying? We know right now we small knock life right now. But you know what I'm saying? We don't care if this is where we stay, which we're not. But we came to do what we feel like we were purposed to do. Even before this, Lady T had a group of women of Sarah sessions, and I was going to start a group of wounded healers. So it's always been in us to do. Just excuses of why we didn't and never got started, and so we said that no more excuses, because we want people to understand that we are all different and we are not the same. We all think different, and somebody may be able to help somebody through something, and I think that that's just what life is about. That's what our purpose is.
And we all have purpose, and sometimes our purpose is to help other people achieve their purpose. And so if you miss your mark and your whole job is to help Johnny get to the store, and Johnny needs to get to the store to get his mama's medicine, or the mama gonna die, and the pharmacy needs the medicine, like all these things are interconnected. And so when you miss your purpose or you miss your mark, then there are people who miss out on their own destiny because you were part of that. And then that makes you kind of sad, because that takes you back to, your younger days. And then, now I'm going to ramble on, thinking about people and relationships and how we let people come in our lives, and they should be there for a season or maybe even for a reason. And we try to make it a lifetime experience, and we end up getting hurt in the end. Because sometimes we befriend who we were supposed to mentor.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, and I'm just going to say it. Sometimes people aren't on our level. And whatever that may mean, whether that's spiritually, financially, emotionally, psychologically, they're not on your level. Or they meet you at your level of potential. It's the trauma bond. Like, we're here because I understand you, but
everybody is not to go where you're going. Everybody can't go where you're going. A lot of times that be the thing. So instead of having beef, just understand that some things just come to an end.
And it can be any relationship, like
anything, whether it's work, whatever.
Because you can outgrow a job,
right? So we just want you guys to think about life and where you're going, and what you're doing and who you're doing it with. Yeah. And if you got a topic you want us to hit on that, you need a little bit of advice, or you just want to hear how somebody else thinks about it, drop a comment. Let us know what you would like for us to discuss next. And again, we just stopped through just so we could say, hey, on this Thursday. I got bars. I keep trying to tell y'all. Anyway.
I'm going to back up.
So it is Lady Dee.
And Lady Tee.
And we just came here to see what was up. We're here in Kansas City. and we're happy for this Thursday of this day.
And we're singing and we're colored.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.